Bestival has been absolutely amazing. Again, it's been like our best Bestival yet. I guess the word's really gotten out about Classic Album Sundays, and the sound was fabulous. Having analog valves and Klipsch horn speakers made a huge difference. We had a lot of great guests at our Bestival sessions this year. We had DJ Yoda, who's one of the kingpins of UK hip hop, and he presented Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders.
I went with this, and then the immediate problem that I had was like Midnight Marauders or Low End Theory.
We had the coolest disco guys. They have a great club called Horse Meat Disco. They came along and they presented Diana Ross, the boss.
And also once in the morning, once in the evening. That's not talking about brushing your teeth.
Plus we had the legendary Don Letts, who was the cross-pollinator between reggae and punk rock, and he presented Bob Marley and the Wailers' Catch a Fire, and the classic Marvin Gaye, What's Going On.
Like I said, if it doesn't touch you on some level, you've got no soul. Go see the doctor.
I've listened to that album many times. It was like I was hearing it for the first time sometimes. I was hearing things I'd never heard in it before through the system. It was wonderful.
It was the ballads, which I always thought were the kind of more inferior tunes on the album, that actually really sort of stood out.
You hear the highs, you hear the lows, you feel the emotion of the music.
Bring us back.
Yeah, we want to do it every week.
Classic Album Sundays really nails two things. It nails how we're listening, the medium, by which we listen to the music, and also the collective experience. There's a certain chemistry that happens when a bunch of people are in a room taking information in at the same time. There's an energy that's created from that experience, which is dissipated when they all do it individually.
I'm very proud of our sessions here because it is a younger demographic, it's a younger audience. So a lot of these kids have never even listened to a full album, never mind on vinyl, never mind through loudspeakers as opposed to earbuds. It's more emotional for them, and they understand what it's like to listen to music with other people.
I got into Pink Floyd when I was about 14, and I just wish I could have heard them live. But obviously I'm too young to hear them live, but to hear them like that with all my friends and here just in a kind of like public place was just incredible.
Our selection at Classic Album Sundays is always eclectic. What we try to show is that classic albums aren't just like classic rock albums from the 1970s. We really try to do the whole spectrum, whether it's 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, and all different kinds of music as well. One of the albums I really wanted to do was Herbie Hancock, Headhunters. It's one of the biggest selling jazz albums of all time, maybe actually the biggest selling jazz album of all time, along with Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. And first of all, the cover's amazing, but the album is just absolutely fabulous. Another thing, which is a real classic for myself, is Manuel Gottsching, E2E4. But I first heard this actually on a bunch of Klipsch horns at David Mancuso's legendary loft parties in the early 90s. And I was blown away. It's an hour-long piece of music, and it's quite repetitive. It's a proto-techno house classic that inspired a lot of our greatest techno and house producers. So people got to hear it in full, in the way that Manuel intended. Another thing I picked, which is our September album of the month, is Jeff Buckley, Grace, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary this month. And, well, first of all, I got this great pressing from Org. It's double 45, and it sounds phenomenal. I mean, it really is transcendental.
It was absolutely awesome. It was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, because the range of his voice is so amazing, and it gives it such a purity. It's like being in church.
I would go to this all day if I didn't feel bad for missing the live act.
The reactions of people coming out, man was crying and things. It was that good.
It blew my mind completely.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for listening.